All right, today we are going to tackle one of the biggest, most annoying headaches in all of test automation, flaky tests. We're going to dive deep into Playwright's core architecture and see exactly how it's designed from the ground up to build rock-solid, reliable automation every single time. Let's get into it.
So let's be honest for a second. Who here is still sprinkling time.sleep into their test scripts? Just kind of hoping the element will be ready when the script gets there? Yeah, we've all done it. But that's the classic sign of a brittle test, one that's just waiting for the perfect moment to fail. What if I told you that whole approach is basically a relic of the past?
And this right here shows the difference perfectly. On the left, that's the old way. You click something, you cross your fingers, you wait some random amount of time, and then you check. It's slow, and honestly, it's a gamble. But on the right, that's the Playwright way. One single, elegant command that intelligently waits for exactly as long as it needs to. This isn't just a small change in syntax, you guys. It's a huge shift in how we build tests that we can actually trust.
So here's our game plan. We're going to start with Playwright's unique architecture, what makes it tick. Then we'll see how that enables its reliability trifecta. After that, we'll look at how you can use its single API across all the major browsers. And then we'll get into the good stuff, the tips that separate the pros from the rookies, and we'll wrap it all up with the most important takeaways.
Okay, let's kick things off with our first big topic, controlling from the outside. This concept right here is the absolute core of why Playwright is so different, and frankly, so much more powerful. It's a real game changer for test automation.
I absolutely love this analogy because it clicks. Think of older tools as being inside the browser, getting tossed around by all the chaos of the web page itself. Playwright, though, it's like that submersible. It operates completely from the outside, giving it this incredibly stable, isolated platform to precisely control the browser without getting messy.
Right, so the technical term for this is out-of-process architecture. The key thing to get here is that because it runs outside the browser's own process, Playwright isn't stuck dealing with the browser's limitations. This separation is the secret sauce. It's what gives it that deep, reliable control over everything from network requests to multiple tabs.
Okay, so now let's see how that awesome architecture leads us to what I called the reliability trifecta. This isn't just some cool, nerdy detail. It directly enables 3 super powerful features that are going to make your tests incredibly robust.
So what are these 3 pillars? Well, first, you get one consistent way to control all 3 major browser engines. Second, you get total test isolation. This means every single test runs in a completely clean, fresh environment. Think of it like a brand new incognito window every time. And third, my favorite, intelligent auto-waiting, which pretty much makes manual sleeps obsolete.
Let's dig into that first pillar a bit more. 1 API, 3 browsers. This is where you see the immediate practical payoff of Playwright's design. It's all about writing your test logic just once and then being confident it's going to run everywhere.
So say you're writing a test for a Chrome or Edge user. Simple. You just tell Playwright to launch its Chromium instance. Just like that, your script is running against the world's most popular browser engine. Easy enough, right?
But wait, now your boss wants to make sure it works perfectly on Firefox. With Playwright, you don't rewrite anything. You literally just change one word in your code, from Chromium to Firefox. That's it. The rest of your code, all your clicks, your assertions, your logic, it stays exactly the same.
And of course, we can't forget about our Safari users. For that, you just change that command one more time to WebKit. Now, here's the really mind-blowing part. You can run these WebKit tests on a Windows or a Linux machine. You do not need a Mac to test for Safari. That right there is a massive time and money saver.
Okay, now that we get the architecture, let's move on to the really good stuff, from rookie to pro. This is all about adopting the mindset and the best practices that are going to truly level up your automation skills.
Let's talk about the common traps. The #1 rookie mistake is fighting the framework by throwing in manual waits. The second is assuming cookies or local storage will just hang around between tests. They won't, and that's a good thing. And finally, just testing on Chromium and calling it a day, totally forgetting about millions of Firefox and Safari users.
So what's the pro move? First, you have to learn to trust the auto-wait. Just let Playwright do the heavy lifting. It's smarter about it than we are. Second, embrace isolation. Design every test like it's the only test that exists. It can run in any order completely on its own. And third, make testing on all 3 engines a non-negotiable part of your process. That is how you get true confidence.
All right, let's bring it all home in our final section with your core takeaways. If you don't remember anything else from this whole thing, please remember these crucial points.
First, one API gives you total command over all three modern browser engines. Write it once, test it everywhere. Second, that out-of-process architecture is king. It's the secret to stability and control. And third, auto-wait is your new best friend. Trust it, lean on it, and you can say goodbye to flaky tests for good.
And I really want to leave you with this thought. Truly getting this out-of-process architecture, it's not just about writing better tests. It's about fundamentally understanding modern web automation. Master this one concept, and I promise you, you are putting yourself way ahead of the curve.
So the only question left is, are you ready to stop fighting with your tools and start building automation that just works? Because when you embrace this architecture, you're not just fixing a few flaky tests. You're building a foundation for fast, reliable, and seriously comprehensive testing for years to come. Now go build something awesome.